Good afternoon. My name is Donovan Nolly. I'm the president of Simple Solutions, a nonprofit organization, and I'm preparing this message after watching the State of the Black Family Summit on the Word Network. I'm a student of change and well-versed in history, spirituality, and African resolution theory. After watching the summit, it's apparent that there is an audience for Project Malachi and the Storehouse proposal that I've created under my nonprofit organization, Simple Solutions. I heard excellent commentary on the state of Black America concerning education, health, reparations, and wealth accumulation. But after all the talk, we need to put in place programs that actually get it done. Many individuals on the panel have their own nonprofit organizations which operate individually, regionally, and isolated from each other. My father actually pioneered an organization called Richmond Leadership Network. The idea was to create a joint effort on behalf of various individual black organizations such as the Urban League, NOBLE, which stands for the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement, Black Data Processors, Black Media, etc., to network and realize a unified agenda. It's a great idea that needs to be nationalized in order to function and bring about a fundamental change that is well articulated in such forms as the state of the black family, but afterwards there's no continuation of efforts to realize an effective change. This is one of the goals of Simple Solutions. I've watched the State of the Black Union Summit for years now, and no one ever proposes anything other than lip service to produce a resolution. Though it is insightful, the idea alone is not enough. What it takes is simply action, and that's what I'm here for. My effort is basically largely on the efforts of an unrecognized giant in black history, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. What he did was simply attempt to create a pool of black wealth that would transform into commercial and spiritual success. He simply collected millions of dollars from African Americans during the Depression to attempt to put towards our future and business ventures. It was ultimately crushed by the racist system of the time, but it's still a very relevant course of action for us to use today. Simple Solutions is proposing basically the same concept with a few minor alterations. The goal is to simply levy a perpetual fund from existing churches of $10 a week. All right. There are an estimated 75,000 churches that make up approximately 13 large church networks, such as the African Methodist Episcopal and the African Methodist Episcopal Zion. Between these two organizations, I think they represent maybe 15,000 churches. The National Baptist Convention represents 31,000 black churches. So our goal, if you include this with the storefront ministries that aren't part of these larger organizations, there are probably 125 black churches in the United States of America. Our goal is to take 100,000 of these churches and have them actually pledge this $10 a week donation perpetually to create a fund that would actually work on actualizing all of the beautiful things that we talk about during these black summits, and actually changing some of these things. Because like I said, we can't keep saying how likely I am to go to jail, or how likely this is to happen, and this and the AIDS rates and all of these things, and at the same time not discuss a resolution and not discuss what we do have going for ourselves so that we can actually begin to create a path to get there. All right. So let's get into the idea of what we're actually planning to do with this money and where it'll go. First, it must be stated that an accessible website will record and be available for all to see in the name of transparency and total accountability. The black church has collected over $420 billion in tithes since 1980. But much of this is unaccountable, and in many regards, portions of this money has not been recirculated or translated into growth for our community as a whole, as Pastor Bryant so eloquently noted. The board of directors has proposed this itemization as to what we're going to do with this great fund called the Storehouse. 25% of it will go to improving our schools, including scholarships and implementing a program created by the Home School Academy, which is producing outstanding students far more advanced than those created by the public school system. 25% of $52 million, it's about $13 million annually. And so the question is, how many students can you put to college through that? How many students can we actually produce that are actually going to be leaders for the future? We can definitely do a lot with that. 15% will go to a business fund in order to provide and support and promote black unity among black businesses, in order to graduate ourselves and find industries where we'll have more wholesale accessibility. The Asians have demonstrated very well how to do that, and as a result, China has begun to gain enormous leverage because of their ability to mass produce and retail for a large profit, while keeping us out of the loop and making it more difficult for small black businesses in certain markets like hair and hair care products, and for America at large, automobiles and technology. The black man has a great chance to corner such markets as herbal medicine, energy, if we put our minds to the research and proliferation. 25% will go to actually support existing people, churches, and businesses with operational expenses, so that these great ideas that we have in these and creating these forms will actually have some financial backing to fight the system perpetually. Eventually, we will be the rich getting richer if we organize and we strategize our lifestyle, collective approach to making money, and assess key components and reassess, key components of our survival. I know that sounds monolithic, but Simple Solutions has innovative techniques on how to produce the scenario and make the debt actually work for us. More info will be available on this as the website is complete in the coming days. 25% will simply go untouched and used as the foundation for this new black safety net, so we can accumulate interest and exhibit our capacity to solve our own problems. We need to just save to compete with some of these oil companies and predatory institutions that hoard the majority of the economy's wealth and use it to leverage debt against us. 10% will simply go to operational expenses, including salaries, because we do intend on creating some jobs, meetings, and etc. Within the first year, our goal is to hold a similar summit, but instead of forecasting all the bad news, we will have the tools for change and to actually create or have a discourse where we actually discuss what we can do as opposed to what's been done and how bad off we are now. In closing, I'd like to paraphrase what Jesse Jackson mentioned during the forum. He said, if you have a size 10 foot and a size 8 shoe, you can't blame the foot because it's the shoe that's causing the problems. We have for a long time needed to reform for a long time needed to reform, or rather fight, the system. We can't expect this government to solve any of our problems any longer. This means if we want change, we have to do it for ourselves, by ourselves, with our own money and efforts. Otherwise, we'll be the slaves to the agenda of those who finance our ideas. This is the way. We must actually reinitiate a fight against the system as opposed to just a dialogue. So again, there's going to be more information as the website is actually created. The Articles of Confederation and all of the paperwork is being processed right now. So very soon I'll be getting back to you with more information on how you can participate, make your churches aware, and how we can simply start this black safety net. So anybody who gets this, please send it out. Send it out to not just churches but other individuals who have who want to make a conscious effort to make a change. So again, my name is Donovan. I appreciate your time. Thank you.